Hello, welcome to Animes, another weekly roundup of anime figure releases. We'll be splitting this one up into a couple of different pieces. First part, we'll be looking at the top 10 rankings, so we'll get into that straight away. So what's basically the overall rankings for this week are Nier Automata 2B, Persona 5, Blue Archive U, Kisuke Series TO, Beast Style, Juvia from Fairy Tail, Amnesia Shin, Hatsune Miku Birthday 2022 version, Persona 5 Protag, Pushing Grey, and Succubus Loom. So these are the shoujo figures that are in the top 10. Character figures. Character figures obviously a bit more of an interesting one. Foreign figures, Otomes, trading figures, dolls, which I think some people are starting to get into dolls more recently. Robots, which obviously are Gundams and mechas, so obviously there'll be certain people that like that sort of thing. Scale military, car plastics, car models, Koraku's. There's quite a few top 10 categories that they do. Books and mangas might be a good thing to check out every now and then, like this Elf Village art book. Might be something actually I might look at getting at some point. Video games, CD, so it's good to look at this top 10 sometimes just to see what's popular. I'm going to start covering these in this week week by week as well now, just so you can see. And you got the popular words up here, so if you want to look at Wall Scrolls, Ezra-Lane, Hugging Pillows is another one that we want to look at. And then we'll get into figures. These other tabs at the top here are figures that have been available, that have come into stock now. They've passed their pre-order window, so we'll look at these that have come out for the past week from the 16th to the 21st. So Azulane, Atago, and Taco Race Queen version. I actually had this on pre-order for a while, but I had to cancel it, downsize my pre-orders. I'm still very tempted to get this, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on this to see if it gets cheaper at all over the next sort of month or so, or it'll just sell out before I get to that point. Kidago Sentai Iro Saga Elaine New Year's version, 1/6 by Raised Dreams, 4,200 yen. This was obviously quite a good looking figure as well with kimono. It's now available 24,000 yen, so no discount on her yet, but we'll just have to wait and see. Raised Dreams is a sort of a more smaller niche manufacturer, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with the price of this one. Shinobi Master Senran Kagura New Link Sexy Nurse version, so this one is obviously sold out. So this one you can't actually buy, but might be worth keeping an eye on it. Sometimes these might open up if one just randomly appears. They find one on the shelf in the warehouse. So this is a quarter scale for the price, 25,180 yen. I can understand why a lot of people would want to get this one. And she is cast offable if I recall. I think she's supposed to be cast offable. Alternative chest part, so I think it's just a swap out for the chest though. So this one I've covered in a video a few months ago on the pre-orders roundup. Juri Quadra Urafo Luna illustration by Soranani Iro. So Vibrastars, this is obviously one of those sort of elf ones which Vibrastar pretty renowned for. It's quite a good looking figure. I've covered this one as well, and this one is cast as well. This one is available, 21,940 yen, so hopefully she gets a little bit cheaper depending on your aesthetic, but she's got a small discount on her. But I think she had that discount at pre-order anyways. Goblin Slayer Sword Maiden 1/7 by AniGift. This one I had on pre-order, but I actually ended up cancelling just a couple of weeks ago because I didn't know if I could fit it in my pre-orders. My pre-orders were quite large, and I didn't know if stuff got postponed basically in the past few months, and then pushed into this month, unfortunately. So there's not much I could do about that. So then I've had to cancel her. But then there was also last week. I think it was last week. There's the other Goblin Slayer Priestess, Sword Maiden, and Priestess figures that got released, which look better, cost more, but look better than this one. So I think I'll be getting that one instead. And obviously B-Style Azulane New Jersey, 66,000 yen. I think there's going to be a few people that are going to be keeping a hot eye on this to see if she discounts at all. While AmiAmi is still holding out, hoping to sell it for 66,000 yen, freeing should I say. A lot of other sites I saw on the pre-orders, the prices were going up ridiculous amounts pre-order in order to pre-order close to the release window. So hopefully with her now officially released, we'll see. Hopefully the just stock will sit around, and then hopefully she'll get discounted, which would be good. She's one I did have pre-ordered as well. I heard she just kept getting pushed back and back and back, and I've got a couple of other quarter scales that are coming in, which are cheaper, which I think might hold their value a bit more, but I'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this is obviously a very large figure. So there might be some other any YouTubers or figure reviewers that have got her and that have done a review. Might be worth looking at just to see what the start base looks like and what the actual final release looks like when they do get hold of her. This one was obviously a bit controversial by a lot of people. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Toru 1/6 with the very endowed chest area for 30,000 yen. I'm pretty sure this is going to bin because I think a lot of people don't like this aesthetic overall, really. Her being way too overly sexualized, really, in this figure. Yeah, okay, it's based on some artwork, but it's still a piece of a manga, but I'm not too sure. I think a lot of this brought up a lot of controversy, unfortunately. And to finish this section off, there's Maiden Abyss and Nanachi fishing with demon fish. I do need to watch the Maiden Abyss series. Apparently it's quite a good anime to watch, so I really should watch that. It's very like wholesome and whatnot, and very adventurous, and the world building apparently is really good in it, so it's a very good way just to indulge yourself into the world, I think. But yeah, no, this is a very good looking figure, 22,480 yen. If you're big into Maiden Abyss, then this is now available to pre-order, or to order, should I say. Now we'll get on to the pre-order section, which is this one here. So we'll get straight into the pre-orders since we've already covered the top 10s. So this one's obviously Empress Black Rock Shooter teaser visual version, arts by Haiku Spiritel. So this one's 49,100 yen. This is obviously was announced a while ago, and a lot of people have been waiting to see what this looks like when it's fully painted and actually out, and what price this should come out as. It's for a lot of money, but you're getting a lot of figure. Obviously the centerpiece being the bike and her. I think Black Rock Shooter's got a very sort of, I don't know anything about Black Rock Shooter, so I can't say like how the fandom is for it, unfortunately. But this is pre-order till June 2024. Looks quite a good looking figure. I think it's kind of what you're gonna get, what you paid for. I think the circuitry on the side of the bike looks really well done, giving it that sort of Matrix feel and futuristic cyber aesthetic. Bike looks obviously looks really well done, with it being a tri-wheel that can sort of transform in some ways, and her with this massive gun. The only thing I think most people would about is leaning, was considering the only part that holds the weapon up is her, and that her only obviously mounting point is the handle on the motorbike. So either they would be interesting to see how she performs over time in terms of is there any lineage, or if they got any support rods or anything that they've included, or if they run like a steel rod up through this to like along her arms, which is why she's in that sort of very parallel vertical pose to allow them to actually incorporate that into the build. That would probably make sense. That's what I would do, is run a steel rod directly from the handle, or like a right angle steel rod around there, and then up through the handle, and then along across her shoulder blades and along up the handle in order to just reinforce it. But it depends. I'm not a manufacturer, obviously. That's quite a good looking figure. I think there'll be a lot of Black Rock Shooter fans that will be very looking forward to getting this figure, to having their collection as a centerpiece. Girls Shine Love Suduri Amaragi PVC 1 cent scale by Golden Head. So this is a purple haired girl in a swimsuit. Quite good looking figure overall. If you're doing a collection based on swimsuit figures, then this is another one to consider. I've not heard of this series, Hanakami Kanojo Shy Girls in Love. I think it's from a anime series I've not watched or heard of, so there's that. But obviously there's so many anime that get released every season now, it's so hard to keep up on top with all of them. Konosuba 2 Megamine on 7th by Fat Company. So this one I think quite a lot of people will like. Megamine I think is going to be sort of the new next yeah, like no sort of commonplace waifu where there'll be a lot of releases of her. Of just, well, there's been quite a lot of released of her already, but I think we're just going to see more in the future. But she looks very good overall. The cloak looks great. That obviously the hat being real looks well done. Looks fine. I don't mind the aesthetic of it being sort of lingerie. It puts off that certain aesthetic, obviously, that some people enjoy, and the price is pretty good, 15,600 yen. That's May 2024. Arc Knight's Ines dress version 1/7 by Mythos, 14,900 yen. This seems to be sort of more of an OC style character. Looks quite good overall. I do like the outfit overall. The belt looks well done and painted. The chair looks pretty well detailed. Not the most detailed chair I've seen, but detailed enough for the price. You know, less than 15,000 yen. So pretty good overall. And there you go. It's an Arc Knight. So don't know much about Arc Knights. Succubus Lulumi illustration by Tamano Kadama, manufactured by Bear Panda. So this is a 1/6 for 6,930 yen. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of these sorts of, 1/6 scale figures. But and they look like really well done, but they're really cheap. So this might be one I think a lot of people will be ordering, because it's a Succubus, which is very well received in the anime collection, well, just the anime fandom overall. Succubus is like an auto win. She's very cute. Hair looks really well done, and the price is obviously a really good selling point for people who want to get into figure collection. 25 centimeters tall, including base. So yeah, she does seem to be about the 1/6 scale. I don't know how they're doing that. So it might be Bear Panda might be worth keeping an eye out for in the future to see what other manufacturers they've released. I think I covered some a few weeks ago, which are like 6,000-7,000 yen, and they weren't labeled as scale figures, but they look really well done. And they look like they're more scale figure quality, but they were like, a third of the price, or well, less than half the price. Some scale figures. Boss Lady Shio Kuroshima by Healing, 16,170 yen. This one's obviously sort of busty boss babe, very attractive looking office worker girl. Very nice looking figure. I think you have that certain aesthetic. Like I'm quite enjoy office alluring figures. So this is very looks like, and she is cast offable from one can tell. Bare chest, and you can remove the skirt as well. 6,170 yen, not bad price. April 2024. This might be one worth picking out if you're going for that sort of aesthetic, or you like that sort of appeal of the sexy office worker. SSR figure Yiren Guan House of Unhumans bunny version, 12,850 yen. Infinity Studio. So this one is using obviously real tights, but I think they're closer to the quality of Baikyu because the thick stitching you got on the back here. So it definitely looks more like what you get for Baikyu. But the fact that the sofa looks really well done, her paint job looks much better in terms of the hair as well compared to what Baikyu you get from Baikyu figures, or the Baikyu line. And she's not by herself. You've got Kwai Ear as well for 12,850 yen. This one, I think these are real tights as well, because you've got the stitching on the back here and the real cut. Those look like real creases in the tights there. So yeah, no, definitely a good looking figure. Again, this one's 12,950 yen. So if you're really into bunny figures, you can get 2 1/7 scales for a really good price, or you can get them as a bundle. 25,700 yen. I don't think you really get any discount on them getting them as a bundle, but having both of them, because it seems like it would suit to have both of them, and you get this obviously center stool option, or the option to put both the chairs next together, so it looks like the side armrests come off, so you can join them, so it turns it into an actual full sofa. So maybe actually worth getting that. You get obviously a few extras then with this white wine table parts. Yep, and the ability, as I said in the picture, to join them, it looks like. So that looks really well done. It'll be good to see if we can get some more sort of unique ones from SSR figure I've not sure of the series. Brand Infinity, yeah, so I think it's somewhat of an OG or from some Chinese animation or game. Katie Cole, Eminence and Shadow beta, light novel, 1/7 by Kalakawa, 21,000 yen. This one's, I think, looks great. Glad we're getting more Eminence and Shadow figures. It's a anime series I'm really interested in getting all the girls for, but it's just hard to, you know, keep track of which ones to get, whether you get them in their you know, this attire, whether in their Night Eminent Shadow attire, or whether in their sort of casual alternative dress attire. But yeah, no, this looks really well done. I love the shadow effect parts. I guess this the sort of slime effect parts that obviously he teaches them to use. And yeah, her hair looks really well done. The blue to white shading, the overall creases and on the outfit look really great. Yeah, I think 21,000 yen. This is worth all of that money, no problem. And it's got the Kalakawa seal of approval as well, as well as the manufacturer. Kiski series, Tio Plateau 1/8 by Kodobukiya. It's 1/8 figure, so it's just gonna be very small. Looks fine. I think, yeah, the shading looks pretty good. Paint looks pretty good overall. There's nothing that's blaringly wrong about it. The overall design looks quite interesting. The gold might be a bit sharp on the actual outfit, but I think they're just using metallic gold, the same metallic gold in the whole thing. So they're not obviously doing sort of metallic shading, which is fine for the price, 17,000 yen. And with her being 1/8, you're losing a bit of detail anyways. Well, it seems like they've got a good amount of resolution in the detail anyways for her being 1/8. She stands at 25.7 centimeters tall. That's with the staff obviously poking up though, so that makes sense. So not too bad. Ruby Ice Queendom Ruby Rose 1/7 by Fakame, 32,800 yen. This one I don't know. The dynamic pose looks really well done. I do love this white to red shading on the effect parts. Looks great. This figure looks really well done, but I think it's the price that's going to throw a lot of people off. Like the way they incorporate the white and reds into the base is, I wish more companies would do that in some way. Gives you a bit more unique. This rod obviously does take away a bit, but considering that Scythe's going to be as long as she is, and obviously going to weigh as much as she is, they have to put something there to hold that up, otherwise that will just bend and snap over time. Since the only contact points are basically her arms up here, and that's to stop it twisting, as well as holding up the weight. But yeah, this is going to put a big fulcrum point and actually rotate it over time, so they have to put the rod in, unfortunately. But apart from that, it's a good looking figure, and if you're big into Ruby, then it'd be worth getting her. But I think a lot of people might not be able to swallow it for 32,000 yen. Fat company, unfortunately. U-Style TV anime fairy, so Juvia Boxer from Fairy Tail. Finally, we're getting a Juvia figure, 33,000 yen. That's the Lucy one that's already out, came out I think last year or really early this year, which I do need to get. I do want to get Lucy. Juvia is not one of the sort of, well, more received characters. She's not one of the bigger waifus, I guess you could say, from Fairy Tail, but she is one of the main characters that becomes a major love interest later on in the series for I can't remember his name. It's been so long, but Fairy Tail is one of my favourite anime series. So yeah, I would be tempted to get her, but I'll probably wait till she's released, see what her price is like after launch, really, for me personally. I think Lucy just has, with her in the red suit, it makes sense. Juvia in the blue suit makes sense as well. But yeah, it's freeing, it's just a standard, obviously, bunny suit, so it's not exactly anything spectacular. If they added some sort of like water effects with her, or something like that too, or like her arm or something phasing into water, because her body's made of water in the anime, that would probably make it way better. I wish freeing would do more than that. I understand it's to do with the bunny suit style, but if they incorporated more from the actual anime into the actual character designs, then that would make sense. Make people way more people will want to buy them, and justify sort of the higher price tag as well that freeing have got comfortable charging everyone, us collectors. Kurumi 1/6 golden head, 25,300 yen. I'm pretty sure I covered her in last week's video, so I don't know why she's up here again. I'm almost certain I covered it in last week's video. So it's a schoolgirl on a bench with a dress. So I'm not familiar with the series. I was an original character, it's an OC. So she looks fine overall. Good looking figure. Soto no Sister, illustration by Baby Sakana 1/6 by Space Manta. Never heard of them, so it's another newer manufacturer, looks like. 19,800 yen. We're going to be seeing a lot more of these nun style, I think, figures. I think it's sort of the next hotness. I can seeing over the horizon now, where a lot of people really do want these sort of sexy nuns or priestesses to come out figures. So obviously this is a cast off figure, which just looks like it's just the chest area that gets shown off, which is fine. Good looking figure overall. I do like the design and the outfit. The great looking figure, I think, overall. There's and a 19,000 yen price, probably about right, maybe a bit cheaper. Might tank a little bit, obviously, whether being cast off the ball, it sort of the price holds the price up a bit, but I do like it overall. Hitori-chan swimsuit version by Bonnie, manufactured by 22,000 yen. Who's this? Tell me. I don't know if this is an OC or an anime figure, but oh, it is cast off ball. Okay, cool, good to know. By 20,000 yen, not too bad. It's another swimsuit figure. Looks fine. The detailing's not great though. I think the face is a bit off-putting here though. I think the facial expression of the eyes, the decals in the eyes. I think it's just when you look at it from a distance, it's like that's something a bit weird there. I don't know what it is personally. Just something at the face is a bit off-putting for me overall. But yeah, apart from that, figure looks fine. Punishing Grey Raven Kyo Pavo 1/7 AniGift. 24,980 yen. So this one you'll be purchasing because she looks just like a goddess on a throne, and you're buying this for the massive throne. The throne, it looks really well done, really elegant. The shading on it gives it age, but I think it's pretty simple, but it's just molding, and then it looks like they're just airbrush at an angle. So you might see slight differences actually with these. When in the final product, as they're shaded slightly differently with the airbrush to give this aesthetic. The main figure looks pretty good overall. I like the green. The royal green is really well done, and the fact that so the green hair, the black looks really good, and I think the fact that she comes with, is it multiple faceplates? Nope. I thought there was there's a wall scroll with her shoes on, so you can have shoes on, looks like, as well. Alternative barefoot, so you can have barefoot or her with shoes on. Looks quite good overall. Obviously it's one of those Chinese aesthetics, sort of, dragon royalty on a throne, Empress style figures. Looks quite good overall, and for the price 1/7, you're getting a lot of figure for your money. Obviously a good chunk of that's because of the base. But the figure I don't think detracts from the base, from the seat in any way. Looks perfectly fine to me. It's really well done. Oku Zanki illustration by Yuichi Hiragi 1/6 by Lovely for 35,000 yen. This is another one of those figures, the swimsuit girl getting out of, and she's bare, so she's okay. So she's fully cast offable. Is that so there's two figures. Oh, so there's two figures in one basically. You've got clothed and unclothed. So I'm pretty sure I covered this last week, and her last week is just normal. Obviously, it's no alternative body parts. This one might be worth, because her main figure thing, I do like the way they've done the shininess on the swimsuit. Swimsuit looks really well done. And then if you're one of those people that likes to have cast off figures like I do, then obviously they're charging you for it, but you're getting two bodies for it. So that kind of makes sense, and you're getting two bases, so you could have both on display at the same time. So it's literally two figures. So this is like an auto buy then, really, if you want both the cast off to display both at the same time. Definitely worth, I think, getting for people. And this bonus, you also get canvas art as well, which would be this. So yeah, no, a very sexy looking girl getting out of the swimming pool. Obviously the fact that they didn't add the water effects is a bit off-putting. I wish they had the water effects showing, like they have on the concept art. She's sort of, the water coming off of her chest and whatnot. The water droplets. If they did some water droplets on there, but I think they've had to just get around that by making the swimsuit very shiny, unfortunately. But yeah, very good looking figure. Rent-A-Girl found Ruka Sadashi Bunny version on 7th by Seoul International. 17,000 yen. Not worth 17,000 yen in my opinion. It's a very simple bunny suit figure that would be looks much more like a prize figure in terms of quality in my opinion. So even though the scale is going to be 1/7, so she's larger than the prize figure, I don't think that warrants the price when looks like the overall quality is very close to or barely better than a prize figure. And there have been prize figures like Tenatile levels that have got paint jobs that are as good as this, if not better, and they're less than half the price. So I don't think she's going to sell very well, unfortunately. Seoul International, I'm very sorry about this, but I think you've onto a loser this one. The fact that other people don't really like her as well, and the Rent-A-Girlfriend series. I don't mind the Rent-A-Girlfriend series overall, but I haven't watched season 2 yet, so I do need to watch season 2. I think season 3 just came out, so I do need to catch up with it, but it's not something that's on my hot button really at the moment. Hatsune Miku Birthday 2022 Polaris version by Spiritel. This one I think is going to sell like hot cakes. 35,200 yen. So yeah, 22 is the birthday version. It's a very good looking figure. It's sort of like Polaris, with the whole is in the name, obviously being star struck. So I do like all the sort of star motifs they've got going on throughout the design, and then the flag. This, I think, it all ties together. The base looks really good, with this being sort of this, northwest south compass star effect, and her having astrological symbols throughout the outfit, and then having 01 on the flag. It looks really well done. Blues look great. Hair looks amazing. I think this will be one worth buying. May 2024. If you're big into Hatsune Miku or you want to get like a really good start to your collection, this is, out of like the hundreds of Miku figures out there, this one stands out quite a lot more above the rest, which is, I think, what you need these days in the design to actually grab your attention and be like, yes, I want that figure. There's just so many out there that will suit so many different people's aesthetics or wants in a figure or design aspirations, and this is one I think is just a really good way to grab your attention and kickstart your Miku fandom if you're just starting out. And 35,000 yen is a lot of money, but I can tell you that it's a lot of figure, and I almost can say that she's gonna hold her value as well, really. Some Miku figures do, some Miku figures don't, but these sort of more elaborate ones where the design just grabs your attention straight away and just suits the whole what's going for. Yeah, it's really well done. Nier Automata 2B version 2.0 complete figure of Square Enix. So this one I think is going to tank, because most of the Square Enix figures have, as I can attest from the two Final Fantasy ones of Aerith and Tifa. Aerith in her red dress and Tifa in her purple dress from the Final Fantasy 7 remaster. I got those and they've basically halved in value. So to be perfectly honest, she looks fine overall. I've got nothing bad about it, but I think most people now know, I wish I'd known if I did a bit more research, that with Square Enix, just hold off, and she'll unfortunately bargain bin when they're released. Nier Automata might be a bit more unique in terms of appeal, but if the Final Fantasy ones bombed, then I think the Nier Automata ones will as well, and I think the past ones have as well. If you look at them, I'd have to do a bit more research, but I think anyone can see on the aftermarket quite easily to see what the price is like for those. Data Bullet White Queen Royal Blue Sapphire dress version with Shibuya Scramble for 46,200 yen. That's a lot of money, but you are getting a lot of figure, and it makes sense since it's the counterpart to Kurumi. So this might be worth actually getting. I do need to watch the Data Bullet series. Well, I'm pretty sure it's called Data Live, and because that's Kurumi from Data Live. Unless they renamed it or something, I don't know. But yeah, no, this looks really well done. Obviously they've just copied this, so they're using basically the same casting for at least the bottom bit, which saves them a bit of money, and they've just got, obviously there's a ring slightly different designed, or it might be just orientated a bit differently, but yeah, no, it looks really well done. You're buying a lot of figures, you're paying for all the extra effect parts, which is what I think most people know what to get with Shibuya Scramble these days. They go for these over exaggerated figures, so definitely worth getting a hold of if you're big into your Data Bullet and you want another one to complement at least your Kurumi that you've got, but you're obviously paying quite a lot for it, and you have to hope that nothing happens in shipping. And Eclipse Leviathan Shineyakani Yuri no Shitai version by AniGift, 28,200 yen. This one just came out of nowhere, to be honest, for me. This is a figure I really do want. The overall design looks really well done, and I think the overall sex appeal looks off the charts in my mind. So this is going to be one of those figures that I think just grabs your attention for very obvious reasons, but she looks so good. But don't know about this series, but it makes me want to, like, this Eclipse. If it's a mobile game, I'll probably even want to just download it and play it, just to see if I can even get her as a skin. September 2024. This one I will most likely be pre-ordering. There is a exclusive version which comes with some more bits. A quick look at. I didn't really cover that because it costs a little bit more, but I think you get a wall scroll. Yeah, you get an A2 clear poster. So it might be worth getting the clear poster if you want that as well. There's no extra bits. But yeah, no, she looks really. The overall design of this looks amazing, and I just love it. And the fact that you could probably add some of your own bits and pieces, so you could add to your own greenery coming through the back pieces if you wanted to do a bit of modelling yourself, to make it a bit more unique to you and your figure shelf life, to your figure collection. So that's something I might end up doing actually, is if I do get her, is look at some model scale, like trees and vinery and whatnot, and then run it through the back of the base here as well, so it looks more like what's in the art design here with these trees and the greenery in the background. So that ends it for this week of anime figure releases. I will chapter it so you can see the top 10s, what figures that have been released, and then the pre-order section on YouTube, so hopefully that makes it a bit easier. Down below will be also links to the pre-orders in the description, so it makes it easier for you to pre-order them if you want to, rather than you having to search them. Especially if you're looking at this week's in time, then you literally have to use the AmiAmi search engine to find these, which can be a bit hit and miss, so I'll include links for you down below. It's just something to make it a bit easier for everyone. If they just see this week's down the line, they can at least then check quickly while they're sort of on their phone or on the computer if they've watched this video. So thank you very much for watching this, sitting through this video. Quite a long one, unfortunately. Just trying to spin this up a little bit, make it a bit more different. So hopefully please comment, mainly comment and like, subscribe if you want to keep if you want me to keep doing these weekly videos, pre-order roundups. So thank you very much, and I shall see you in next week's video. Peace, bye.